Welcome to Hope Ignited. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ashley. We've got a really cool episode today. We had an opportunity to sit down with a mega content creator with over 5.5 million followers, if you can imagine that. We're almost there.
Yeah, I got about 5.
Yeah. We've got about 5 million or so to go, but we're well on our way. So Madison Humphrey, you guys, actually granted us a very unique opportunity. She doesn't do media very often. She certainly doesn't gift an hour of her time to do an interview. And we really had a cool opportunity to pull back the curtain and to get to know her behind the camera and not on camera.
That's right. And if you're new to Hope Ignited, welcome. We're really excited to have you on here. We do interviews with inspirational figures, people who've just gone out and done some really cool stuff in this world and have a story to tell, especially about how hope has, what that has meant to them and how they've basically taken their difficult times or challenges and converted that into that forward momentum. And, you know, I'm excited for you guys to hear this story today from Madison because you've seen her in these videos, whether you know it or not, and you don't know her name, you have seen her in a video. Yes. She's had some very, very viral, funny sketch comedy type videos. She has all these characters. She does a bunch of satire videos. So she'll kind of like make fun of a video of, say something that went viral, like the Karen Philly thing type thing.
Yeah.
She'll take that video and put her own little spin on it and kind of hold it up for everyone. And we were like, oh yeah, that's, society, we got to work on that or whatever. But she does these really funny videos. And so we're going to actually be reacting. Stick around for the outro today because we're going to be reacting to some of those videos. What else about her is worth bringing up?
I just think like for people like me who are mega fans of hers that do know her that are tuning in today because maybe you are just excited to hear a little bit more about who she is behind the camera. She talks a lot about what she really thinks of her fans. And so I think it's going to surprise you guys. It was just really cool to get to know her. It's one of those things we talk about this in the episode where you feel like you know somebody and that you're like in a relationship or they're a friend of yours or whatever. And then when you get to know them, it's just really cool. I think you guys are going to be blown away by Madison and her personality, her why, how she chooses the videos that she does. I mean, it's pretty cool. The process
is really interesting. Again, like it doesn't just happen. Yeah. She's gotten her husband involved and he's been involved in so much of her success and getting to where she is now. And that's fascinating to me. Like when couples work together on stuff behind the scenes and taking an idea and then converting that into a video that is seen by millions of people is really fascinating. You will definitely find interesting the behind the scenes little anecdotes that we got from her.
How it works.
And also she's getting started in her acting career and movie acting. So she's got a movie that's going to be coming out next year. And we kind of heard a little bit more about that than anybody else has heard about it.
Yeah, you're going to get the exclusive right here. Let's jump right into our episode of Hope Ignited with Madison Humphrey. I am so excited for today's episode.
You're so excited you washed your hair today. Is that right?
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, Ashley, what's your deal? I'm still I'm baffled by that. The girls will go, I haven't washed my hair in a week. I've been doing dry shampoo.
As someone with not a lot of hair, I would like to explain this to you.
Yeah, please do.
So like once a month we have an everything shower, which is like shave your legs.
Yeah.
There is every 3 to 5 days of the washing of the mane because it's a very big commitment. It's like the type of thing where you get out of a shower and you're still sweating.
It's a multi-hour.
Yes, it's just a lot. So yeah, today's a very big day.
I've been married 25 years and I still am learning beauty things from my wife.
It's fine. It's a very big day though. Let me tell you something.
Okay, so why are we talking about this?
Because one of my favorite content creators, influencers, actresses, humans, comedians is here. You guys give it up for Madison Humphrey.
Madison Humphrey!
Hey. Thank you for having me.
I have shared your content more than any other human's content on the face of the earth.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
You make me laugh so hard. Like it's a pee laugh every single time.
Thank you.
It's so good. And you're here.
Yes, I'm super happy to be here. And I washed my hair yesterday.
In the name of the Lord. You've got a good 7 days to go. See?
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Okay, so I have a million questions. I'll let you get some in, but this is really for me.
All right,
I'm happy you're here.
Okay, I'm sidecar.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I want to know, people have probably asked you this before, but I've always wanted to know, when did you find out that you were funny?
I mean, I think since I came out of the womb, obviously. I think, I'm the oldest in my family, so I have 2 younger siblings. And so my parents kind of started seeing it when my siblings were old enough to like participate in things with me. Like I would make them do skits and plays and games we would play. And I was kind of like always orchestrating different scenarios that we could act out and trying to make it funny and getting really upset if they weren't like following, this is exactly what I need them to be doing. Yeah. And so I think that's when my parents were kind of like, oh, interesting. She's a little funny. She'll probably like, doing some theater and stuff like that. And then I think growing up, I just always wanted to make my friends laugh, but I wasn't like the class clown. I'm actually a little more like introverted and shy, and people don't usually realize that. But if I'm close to someone, I was like trying to make them laugh and be funny. So
does that make you, like for me, I'm also very funny. So we have that in common. So we're best friends.
She is.
But like, it brings me joy. Like one of my favorite things to do is to make other people laugh. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I do. And I think like growing up, especially in high school, I think some of it was like a way if I would get like validation if like I was funny or if my friends thought I was funny and I made people laugh. But definitely like now it's my job in a way. So I enjoy it and it makes me feel good. And I like when people think my stuff is funny. But if I'm in a conversation, it's not like my goal to make people laugh,
Yeah, like you're in a dinner party with your friend and they go, she is so funny. And then they go like that. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Right.
It's pretty much how the show goes.
Tell a joke. You're funny. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's very awkward when someone puts you on the spot. When you are sort of off camera and you're just going through life, well, first of all, are you getting spotted now? Are you getting recognized?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably started around like 2 years ago once my content started taking off. And at first it was very odd. Like I didn't really know what I was like, people are watching my videos. That's so weird. And now it definitely happens a lot more, but I love it. I mean, people are so nice and so kind and they really just want to talk about like my content.
Yeah.
And so I love like when people say, I love your videos, and then I get to meet them and talk to them. It's been really cool. We've met some really awesome people. So I don't mind it at all. I really like it.
What video do they ask you about the most? Or
a lot of people love the leasing manager videos. A lot of the moms love the mom ones. And then we've recently started doing like parodies. So like we recreate videos that get tagged in. And a lot of people have questions about those, especially if they're like a big one we've filmed. They're like, where did you go? How did you get people for that? How did you get the location? Stuff like that.
See, I'm supposed to shut up because Ashley's excited, but this is so fun.
It's fine.
I'm just going to ask if
you go.
Yeah, thank you. I get one more question in the next 15 minutes. Let's get on it. Do you ever have you found yourself taking more risks now? Do you kind of get this confidence within your content to where you're like, all right, I'm going to lean out and maybe tell a more non-obvious joke or make this video not so wink, wink. This is a reference to this other video, because I've kind of seen some of these satire videos you're talking about. When I was watching your feed. Seems like you're taking more chances, right?
Yeah, I think I've gotten more comfortable in my position of like, this is my job. And so it's what I want to do. And so especially like if we're location scouting, I've gotten more comfortable just being like, can I film here? And just asking, just straight out asking. If they say no, then you don't. If they say yes, then you can film there. In terms of like, I guess with my jokes and stuff, I've definitely tried different things. But kind of like when you find what works on social media, you just kind of keep doing that and expanding on it. But I definitely think I'm more comfortable now in my position and more comfortable. Like if a video doesn't do well, I'm like, oh, well, people still like love my content. So maybe that one just didn't land. So I just feel more comfortable trying different things, trying different characters, trying different skits. Then in the beginning, I was like, I have to stick with one thing and one thing only.
Yeah. I think it's a hard mentality. We struggle with that a little bit, even with the show sometimes, that it's like when something works, you don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. Just like stick with what you're good at, I'm curious about maybe some of your earlier videos that flopped. Like, is there something that you were ever just like, it's embarrassing. I can't even believe that happened.
Sometimes I try and go back and like delete some of my old cringy skit videos when I remember to. Because when I first started making content, I was filming videos in my apartment on my tripod, and I was doing like these like high school characters, and I guess they were funny a little bit, but now they just kind of cringe me out because I didn't really know like what I was doing. I didn't really know how to do social media. It was just bad. So some of those I'm like, I hate those. I don't want to look at those.
Yeah.
And then I think when I was kind of experimenting with content, I did some like day in the life stuff, and those flopped horribly because I'm like, that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to do skits. And so I don't know why I was randomly throwing in like, come to the grocery store with me. And it was just like, it was not good. So I've definitely had.
What's videos. One video that just blew up and you were totally shocked by it? You're like, oh, there's a throwaway. Because we just had Daniel Powder, who's the singer of Bad Day, on the other day, and he was even mentioning how that song, like it just surprised him, like how it was like the easiest thing in the world to write. It was kind of a throwaway song where he was making fun of himself, and then this song becomes this like number one hit. And, I think that happens a lot with creative output, right? So like, what's something that did that to you?
Gosh, I think we kind of have this joke like within content creators, like the more effort you put into a video, usually the worse it does. It's usually the ones you spend no time thinking about. You film for 5 minutes, you throw it out there and it does really well. I think one that I put a lot of effort into, but I didn't think it would get as big as it did, was a recreation we did. And it was like this guy proposing to a girl on like a dock. And she just had like a kind of a funny reaction to it. It was really simple. It took like 10 minutes to film, and it got like over 70 million views.
Wow.
And I was like, what? It was just so... Okay.
That actual video changed my life.
Yeah, the actual video is really funny. And like whenever I recreate videos, I always reach out and ask permission. And so that couple was really sweet, and they were fine.
Cool with that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, because you're kind of making fun of them in a way, but like
I try and do it more like we're recreating just the situation.
You're just like satire,
and not so much like the people, just more. The situations are funny, and so we try to like get it exact, and the location and the people and the outfits. I think that's what my followers really like about those videos, is like how exact did she get them.
I think you should probably reach out to Philly's Karen and see, she probably have the same reaction.
There's no way you have to.
I don't know about that one.
I can't.
I'm sure she'd be gracious about it.
I literally cannot with her. Okay, so do you have a background in theater? Like, can we talk a little bit about that and kind of how that has played into what you do on a daily basis now?
Yeah. So I, growing up, I did sports in middle school, and then halfway through high school, I was like, you know what? I really want to do theater and just try it. So I joined our high school theater group, fell in love with it. I had an amazing theater director and teacher, and she was incredible and kind of inspired my love for theater even more. And so then, out of college, out of high school, I took a year to just do some community college stuff because I really didn't know like what I wanted to do. And I took some local acting classes, and I was like, oh, I really love this. And then I went to Virginia for a little bit to study some acting for film, and then came back to Texas, went to UNT and minored in theater. So I do have like a background in it, studied it, had some amazing professors who really helped me.
And so you use a lot of those techniques. I think one of the really cool things about this show is we interview people with all different backgrounds, right? And some of our episodes that have hit the most, to your point, the ones that like just surprise you, we do a lot with like Disney, and Meg Donnelly is one of our favorite guests we've ever had on the show. And she credits her theater background to like everything. And she's like, I feel like when I talk, like there's this whole generation of theater kids that feel like nobody ever talks to me, for me. I just love that that's your background, because it's a very different track than what she took, right? She went to become a Disney star, and look at what you've done. Like, it's so incredible that like you use it for levity and for comedy, and shout out to the theater kids, man.
I know. Yeah. And I think when I started doing theater in high school, I was kind of in a weird place of, like, I didn't really know. Sports had kind of gone really bad for me. I really thought that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play volleyball in college. Had a really awful experience in high school, to where I felt just like completely broken. And then I joined theater, and I was like, oh, all these people are so come from all different backgrounds and walks of life, and like I can fit in with that, and really just kind of found myself through that.
You kind of can be weird. You can get, and it's like celebrated,
right? Yeah,
because I did that for a little bit in college.
You're still
awesome.
Weird.
Yeah, I just went with it. I kept it going.
Kevin just kept it going, kept the bit going.
Kevin's like trying to move to Austin, so he can just be weird all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Keep it awesome weird.
I think it's interesting. I didn't know the sports background.
Yeah, I had a really big sports background, and I loved it. I don't know. I think I could probably talk about that for hours, but I think sometimes with sports, there's just coaches can be too involved and too like, you have to do this. This is your life. And it just got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore.
The burnout is so real.
And I had given like so much to that sport. I'd played club for this coach to like get better. And then
do you regret all the energy you put in, or do you take anything from it?
No, I don't, because I really think it taught me a lot about hard work and perseverance and working with a team, especially, and just with other personalities. So I don't regret it at all. And I have some great memories from playing sports. And, you know, I enjoyed being competitive and athletic, and I still am competitive to this day. But I'm really glad that my life kind of took a different direction.
What's something that you're incredibly, like an everyday type of thing that you're incredibly competitive about?
Everyday type of thing. I don't know. I mean, I think
like beating someone at the traffic light.
I mean, I'm not that
Monopoly.
Like, I'm not like racing the person next to me. Like, but if we have like family game nights or we do board games or anything like that, I'm like, I have to win. My brother and I are very much the same, like competitive.
Has you ever come to blows?
Oh yeah. And it can get like my parents are like, calm down.
I threw a hairspray bottle at my brother one time.
I mean,
board game.
You get
my
mad,
dad. There was this game. It was called QB Attack or something like that.
Hey, Google that if you were under the age of 48.
Because I don't know that's what it is. It's like QB something. I'll look it up. But it's this old board game from the 70s, and it had this inexact spinner.
Oh, yeah?
You know, like when you have a spinner and you flick it?
Yeah.
And so it would kind of land on the line. And it's like either touchdown or interception right next to each other. So my two older brothers, it was like fights, like actual fist fights. And one day my dad had enough, and he was just sitting there. And I don't blame him now as a parent. I get it. Like, but we were terrified back then. One day he just is sitting there, you know, reading a newspaper on the couch or something, and they had come to blows about something. He goes, enough! And he goes over and he grabs the board and he throws it in the fireplace.
Stop.
Literally, and it went and lit up in flames like a bonfire. And we all just sort of sat there quietly and looked at it. And then even he realized, okay, that was a little too much. But we just created it. And that was symbolic of our childhood.
Yeah.
The way I wanted to do that to my kids a million times. Do you want to talk more about Tiddlywinks? Or we
well, let's talk about other board game trauma.
I want to know about, we've asked this of a few of the guests we've had on the show, but I'm so anxious to hear your perspective on it. Like just being a content creator and the stress that comes with that. Like, one, being on all the time, but just always having to like finesse your creative bone, and just, is it stressful? It's still very new, right? I mean, I feel like people obviously make a living from it, and it's so impressive like what you're able to do, but I want to talk about the stress behind it.
Yeah, I think that I definitely go through different seasons of being more stressed than others. I think now I'm in a better place to where I have found some work-life balance. But yeah, I think it's challenging because technically you're self-employed. So you're having to motivate yourself to continue to make content, to get up, to do all these things. I think what I can get stressed out about is if like I feel like I'm not performing well. And so then it like takes a toll on me mentally. And then that shows through my content. But like, and my husband, he films for me, but he also works full time. So we've also had to like balance that of, okay, maybe on the weekends, we really try and not film as much. That way we can both have a break. Some weeks we have to film a lot during a specific day. And then the rest of the week we get other projects done, or I get other projects done. But yeah, I mean, I think with how fast society moves too, and how fast social media moves, there's a constant pressure in the back of your mind, like keep up, don't fall behind. You can't have days where you don't post content because then the algorithm will reset without you. I mean, there's just like a million different things you're having to think about.
Do you post them every day?
I try to, but I've been trying to allow myself grace. Like if I miss a few days, the world's not going to end.
Yeah.
That's just what it's going to have to be. Because people, when they work a 9 to 5, like they take breaks and they take time off. And I think there's like a weird, like, well, social media can also be addicting too. So you kind of get into, if it's your job and then it's also social media, you're addicted to it in a way that can sometimes be unhealthy to where you're like, I have to post, I have to get the views, I have to be on 24/7 online, watching the content, watching what everyone else is posting. So it can be a lot. But I think I've learned just for my mental health, I can't take breaks and it's okay. And I actually need that because I've noticed when I get into a rhythm of I'm just so stressed about posting all the time, my content is just not good.
Yeah,
and I hate
quality
it.
declines.
Quality,
I'm sure.
it's not what I even want to put out there. I'm just throwing random stuff out there.
Yeah.
So definitely I've learned I need to allow myself like mental breaks.
Do you have a list of ideas that you just sort of bank that you're like, okay, let's do this one now? And
Yeah, I do. I used to have a notebook where I would just write everything in, but now I just keep it on my phone like a notes app because sometimes I'll just have an idea and I'll write it in my notes app. I write scripts for some of my stuff and I'll just do that in my notes too. But yeah, so I keep a list going.
You should auction off your burn book to the highest bidder, like the original scripts.
The original ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of a keepsake too. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Started from
It's
the
like a
bottom, now
journal.
you're here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Did you have a hard time at the beginning convincing your husband, one, to be a part of it, but two, just to get it?
No, actually, I feel really lucky. He is such a big support to me and such just like a ride or die partner. And so really, no, he was always down to help me film. He didn't really understand it at first, but he was like, I'll try my best. And then he started jumping in them, especially when we do parodies. And now he's like fully embraced it to where he'll be like, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should act this way, or I think my character, and I'll have to be
he's
like,
got notes for you now.
I'm like, Brayden, I'm the director. You are the actor and the film person. Like, but it's just cute. So he's really supportive and loves it. And I mean, we do argue though. It's not, I think people a lot of the times think, oh, like I'll always get told, oh, I bet you and your husband have so much fun filming. You'll probably laugh all the time. And I'm like, no. Yeah. We really argue a lot when we film. And then after we film, it's fine. But it's kind of where we work out a lot of our like stuff. And then after we film, we're like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
But it can be stressful, you know? And it's just like, I mean, I can be a little like, no, I need like this angle. I need this lighting and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
as you should be.
So,
there was so much confusion too. I remember at the beginning when people were like, "Who is he to you?"
Yeah,
and you were like,
think he's my friend.
Yeah, he is my husband.
Yeah, he's
this
my
is
boyfriend.
my husband.
Yeah.
yeah. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Another really important male lead in your videos was Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
How the heck did that happen?
Yeah. So I have an incredible manager who's like literally, she's like a second mom to me. Like she's like my mom manager. And so Momager.
Yeah,
Yes. She's fabulous. So anyways, she kind of deals with all my brand partnerships and stuff like that. And so she really set that up with State Farm. But yeah, State Farm, they like my content. And so they flew us out to LA. We got to film on set with them. It was great. The whole team was so wonderful and kind. And I mean, they treated it like a real film set. So I got to stand behind the monitor some and kind of like direct where I wanted the phone camera to be and all of that stuff. So
was that
it was
kind
great.
of your first like big thing where you go, whoa, this is next level here?
Yeah, I'd say it was probably like the biggest partnership I've done so far, just in terms of like we actually had to travel somewhere. And I mean, we've done, you know, brand trips before, stuff like that. But in terms of like working with a brand on site, it was probably the biggest one. So
Are his biceps as big in real life as they appear to be on the screen? He's got really big biceps.
no, he's a strong guy.
He's jacked,
yeah, and he's so nice, so great, and just very humble and a sweet guy. And but you know, he's standing next to football players in a lot of his commercials, and so I mean, and those football players are huge. But yeah. So
Is
he's
his
really
real
great.
name Jake?
No.
I knew it. Is your real name Madison?
Yeah, my real name's Madison.
Are you really Kevin?
I don't know. Sometimes.
TBD. You got to partner with him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a dream collab that you have. Like, what would be? I don't know if we want to talk brand. We could talk brand, but like, what's a personality? What's a name that would be your dream to collab with? Besides us, obviously.
This actually.
It's happening.
No,
Hey, check this
seriously,
off the
y'all have been
list
so
now.
great. No, I think so. This is more so for my husband because he went to UT, so he's a UT fan. But Braden and I both love football, and obviously Matthew McConaughey is a really big face for UT football.
Right.
Yes. And so, and he's just a fabulous actor. Yep. And so I think it would be really cool if, Braden is always like, what if we could do something with Matthew McConaughey, like at the UT football game or something like that. So
the two of them, they have smoking jackets. They're sitting in a little lounge in leather chairs with a little whiskey, like that. Some jazz playing, back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's manifest that.
Have
It's gonna
you
happen.
listened to his book? Have you read
it's really
it?
good.
I haven't, but Braden has.
Green lights.
But listening to it, like just him talking to me, he makes me want to get Reliant Energy. This isn't a commercial, but like everything about that lizard talking like him, it just makes me feel different about lizards. Like I love him. I pray for that for you.
Thank you.
I hope, Matthew, if you're listening or watching, which I'm sure you are, call her.
What type of a video would get you to just go, drop everything, go get on a plane, another collaborator, I'm sure that are even in your space. What's the type of thing that gets you really excited when you hear it?
I think just when people are really excited about being creative and really open to letting me also be creative. And I think that's what was really cool about State Farm is that they were so on board with taking kind of my vision and bringing it to life. And so I think whenever a brand or another creator is the same way, it makes me really excited. And I hope that in turn, I'm also that way for other creators and for brands, that I'm open and flexible and willing to, work with them as well. Because I think that's when the best content comes out of that, when both parties are very receptive to each other, to listening and to wanting to bring the best creative project to life that you can.
Yeah, like what's if you were a creator and you wanted to reach out to someone like you, maybe you're a little higher up the totem pole, a little further down the road, what type of a pitch should they make that gets your attention?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I don't know if I've even
They pitch you as you.
Yeah.
They need to actually pretend to be me.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, I just think, I've been so blessed to work with a lot of different creators, and I just think it's really cool when you can appreciate each other's work and point out different things that you love about their work and ask if you can bring that into a video to make together. I think that's always really special because it shows, you're watching other people. And I've done that too. And I've asked to collaborate with other creators. I'm like, I really like what you do with this character. Could we bring that into my character? And, how can we make that work together? So
I think that's great. One of the things that's really exciting about the season of life that you're in, and you've talked about this on your channels, is that acting is something that's really important to you. And you're so funny, and we love the comedic relief and the levity that it brings to hard situations. I'm so curious to know, do you ever have a complex or worry that people, especially as you get into the acting world, and we have to talk about that, but can't see you as anything but funny?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is such a worry I have. Especially I think when I first started out, and this was when I first started out making content, it was about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And I think around that time, there was a lot of talk of, we don't really want social media creators in movies and films, they can just kind of stay separate, which, I get. So I think that was a worry for me because I'm like, well, the end goal for me is really, I do want to be in movies and I want to be in film. And so I was, always a little worried about that. But I think something that I've tried to do in my content is treat it as if I'm filming a show. So I do my leasing manager, and I've kind of built a world around her. I've built a world around my mom character and the divorced mom character. And I try and bring real life situations into that. So I'm not just doing, whatever else. I'm trying to make it very real and something that you could watch on TV or in a movie and watch play out. So I've tried to do that. But then talking to my agent, who handles my acting stuff about this, he's just told me that now the tide has changed and it's okay to be on social media. And that's actually a good thing. to put your own content out there, because it's kind of like little auditions. That's what I like to treat it as. Like I just did the coach's wife in every football movie. Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, that could be a little audition for like a football show or something,
like Landman type of thing.
Yeah. And obviously I would still have to go through the whole audition process. And I'm not saying that social media should give people a cheat just to bounce on in there because they do a social media or they have a social media platform. And I hope it's never the case that way for me, because I always want to be treated, as every other actor has to. You have to go through all the steps in the process. Yeah. And I think there's something like really rewarding in that. But yeah, I think, now I've just had to embrace that this is my job. It is what I do. And I can just do it to the best of my ability while still pursuing acting on the side and kind of keeping both lanes just parallel to each other. Yeah. And then I think it's cool because I do have, an audience my followers are so supportive and wonderful and great. And whenever I do share about acting projects, they get so excited and they're so sweet and they want to see what I'm doing. And I just think it's, it's become kind of beneficial to be able to share that.
Let's talk about your audience for a second.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating to me because you've built this group of people and you're essentially, you put yourself out there and the world looks at your content and says, I like that. I get it. And they come back, maybe, they watch it again. I mean, I don't know how most people are, but for me, if I see someone the first time, I go, that's really funny. And then I kind of make a mental note. I might like the thing, and then the algorithm serves it back up again pretty soon and says, do you like that? And give you a little bit more. And then I look at it and I go, oh, that's really good. This, boom, and then I subscribe. So you've sort of done that with all these people and you collected a lot of like-minded people. What are some things that you love about your audience specifically?
I think I love how involved they are in my content and my characters. Like they remember so many different things. It's really sweet. Like, because the leasing manager was... excuse me, sorry. The leasing manager was one of the first characters I did that really kind of blew up. And I had some like fictional side characters in those videos. And now to this day, whenever I do a leasing manager video and I don't mention those fictional side characters, my followers are like, where's Mrs. Lewis?
They hold you accountable.
They hold me accountable. Yeah. They're like, where is she? And so I think just what I love about the support I get from my followers is just how much they love these characters that I bring to life and how much they remember and point out. And another thing is they are so funny. I think that the comments in my videos are 99% of the times funnier than the actual video.
It's amazing.
Because people are so funny.
The comments, and just, God bless the comments
they're so
section.
Great and so funny and just involved, and it makes me laugh. And and then introducing the whole parody thing where now like I recreate some videos and they're so funny in the way that they tag me in these videos. Like someone commented the other day, CC Madison Humphrey, like on a video, and it just made me laugh because I'm like, they treat it like
a memo in an office.
Yeah.
Like
or they're like
CC
time to clock in. Yeah. Don't clock out. Like you're on the clock. It's just, it's really funny.
What other content creators inspire you? Like, who do you look at? Who's somebody that hits your algorithm often because you're into their content?
Okay, so in terms of like influencing wise, Monet Mitchell, I believe is her last name. She's so, I think she's so beautiful. The way she does her makeup, her videos are so good. I love that. I think like another parody person that I really love is Mitzi. She's so funny. And I've actually worked with her before. She's great.
That's cool.
And then I just recently worked with Kyle Gordon and he was so funny and great. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people right now that are just like absolutely killing it and being so funny. And I think another newer one, she's doing incredible. Have you heard of Ashby? Okay, she did, the Hamilton trend that went around. She was kind of like the main person from that trend. She did a really funny impression of Hamilton. And now she's like gone on to get so many followers and her account is blowing up and she's doing like the Lorax impression.
Stop.
And then she got to go to like the Hamilton premiere and meet Lin-Manuel Miranda. And like she did so great there and she's just killing it. And she's so funny and just adorable. I love her. So
we'll have to go. You've got a good variety. I think that's important too. Do you celebrate the big milestones in the way of followers? Like you over 1 million now. Like, do you celebrate those big milestones?
So yeah, when I hit 1 million, that was kind of a big deal because I really wanted to, and that was like 2 years ago. So my family threw me a little party, which was really fun. But now, like, I just hit 4 million before I went to go film, but I didn't even do anything because I didn't have time. But I usually try and post something just like, thank you so much. It just blows my mind. I'm like, people are actually following me. It's so crazy.
A question here related to that. What milestone did you freak out about the most? Or did you have the most inspiration?
In terms of followers?
Yeah, anything in your career. Like, what is something where you go, I cannot believe it, like blew your mind, where you had an existential crisis about it?
Yeah, probably when I got cast in the movie recently. Wow, I mean, that was just such a big moment for me, I think. And I mean, the directors had told me too that they loved my content as well. And so that was encouraging of like, oh, if I hadn't done social media, like I wouldn't have met my manager or my agent, and then I wouldn't have met these directors who took a chance on me and casted me in this film. Like, there's just a lot of like, oh, if I hadn't have done this, I wouldn't have done this, you know? So that was kind of a big, oh my gosh, this is really amazing.
Well, we have to talk about it. So did you audition? Like, so start to finish, tell us about the film.
So this one, they kind of had a cast that they wanted, and they just reached out to individual people. So it was a mix of like me, another content creator, and then stand-up comedians and actors. So there was kind of a diverse cast. And then I had a few meetings with them to kind of see if it was a good fit and talk through the character and her role in the film, and then decided to take it and went from there.
And we cannot name the film.
Not yet, no.
But like, if Kevin guessed it right now, could you blink 3 times if you got it
Terminator
right?
5. I don't know.
No. I'll double check. I need
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh, good one. I still really think I know what you did last spring, the second.
Yeah. So am I supposed to guess?
Yeah, just guess
okay,
the movie.
I already did. I gave my best shot. Okay, no, but for real, like, what is...
For real, that was your best shot.
I mean, I don't know. I can't... remember how I froze up on NASCAR challenge?
Sure do, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we had to
right
list NASCAR drivers, and she beat me on that, which I still can't figure that out.
Badge of honor.
I'm terrible at listing things under pressure.
That's fine.
But what is the... Like, when you are dreaming up a role or a character, maybe even like something that's happened, like, what do you say, I could do that, I want that role? Like maybe an Academy Award winning movie or something like that.
Yeah. It's kind of a basic answer, but I think Jennifer Lawrence in The Hunger Games was so, I mean, no one could have ever done Katniss like her, but I think a role like that would be so cool.
Like a brave character.
Yeah,
courageous.
or something that comes from books, because I love to read too. So like an adaptation from a book that becomes like a series of movies, I think would be so fun, because then you get to grow a character through a set of movies.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
Would you like some action?
Yeah, I would love to do some action.
Hero?
Yeah, I did. So on the movie I just did, we did like some stunts in it. And so we got to work with our like body doubles and a stunt coordinator. That was my first time ever doing that. And so I was like, I love this. This is so amazing. And to see what like these stunt people can do is just, they're so talented. So unbelievable.
I have a question about this now. First of all, stop trying to force Terminator 5. So that you're
Terminator 5. We're gonna
How do you feel about action? I've always like, okay, you know when somebody's like, oh my gosh, I know somebody that looks just like you. And then you see them and you're like, oh, thank you for thinking that of me.
Yeah.
Did that happen with your stunt double? Were you like, no, I don't look like that?
Well, so, I mean, we kind of looked alike. I think the main thing was that we just had different color hair, but they can, like, our makeup artist fixed that really fast. So, I mean, I didn't show up and was like, oh my gosh, you're my long lost twin. Yeah. But I mean, there were some similarities for sure.
The way that I wish my person was like 6-pack.
Who would your stunt double be? And would they be over 5 foot tall?
I don't know. I don't know who it would be, but
it's fun to name something under pressure.
It would make me really excited if she could see all of her abs and, was like above 5 feet tall. Yeah.
All right. Well, keep thinking about that one.
Yeah. I aspire for my stunt double to be like, man, thank you, Jesus, for thinking that's what I look like. I've always thought that, but I think that's funny. But I want it just behind the scenes of the film. Like, what was that like for you?
Oh, so great. And I mean, I was so nervous because it was really my first, I'd done some smaller films, here and there, especially like being a theater minor in college, you do a lot of like short films and stuff like that. But it was my first kind of bigger set I've been on. So I was nervous, but I mean, the cast and crew were just unbelievable and so kind. And I worked with some, more experienced actors who were so helpful and just like understanding the world that we were in.
Yeah.
And, and I think, we shot it pretty quick. We had a 90-page script, but we shot it in like, a week and a half. So it moved really fast. But I think we got really close from that because we were just on set a lot together, and we did some overnight shoots, which was a lot of fun. And so I think everyone kind of bonded really fast, and everyone was just really supportive of each other. And I think that was just really awesome to be a part of. Like, everyone wanted everyone to succeed and to do their best. And everyone just so kind.
Yeah.
Our show is called Hope Ignited. For those that are watching this for the first time, we love to talk to people like Madison who've done some really amazing things with their life and are inspirational. And one of the questions we like to ask is what hope means to you, and maybe a time in your life where you have not had hope and you received it somehow.
Yeah. So I think, and I've talked about this before on social media, but after my senior year in high school, I really struggled with an eating disorder really badly. So I went to treatment for that. And I think when I was in treatment, I was in such a bad mental headspace. I was really struggling with mental health. It was my first time understanding, I actually do have like anxiety and depression right now. And how do I deal with that? And what does this look like for me? And I think I felt really hopeless in the beginning of that. But I worked with some amazing doctors and therapists and dietitians who kind of meant hope to me. They kind of showed me what life outside of this looked like. And I would always just kind of look to them to be like, there is hope for me. I can get better. I can heal. And it's still a struggle to this day. Like, I'm still very much an advocate for mental health and that it's very real. And that people do struggle with it. I still struggle with it from time to time. But I think I can always kind of look back to where I was in treatment in the beginning and how like broken and hopeless I really did feel. And then just the incredible people that were placed in my life to inspire me and show me hope and, encourage me that there is life outside of this. Like, I remember I was sitting in my dietitian's office one day, and she had a picture in her office of, I think it was one of her friends who was like a bride. It was like on her wedding day, and this girl was beautiful and healthy and was, in a wedding dress and a veil. And I just remember staring at that photo, like literally for like an hour, and being like, when did, like, life is so beautiful and people are so beautiful. And when did I stop kind of viewing life as like, just, there's so much beauty in it. And yes, there's negativity and, the state, the world right now, and there's just a lot going on. But I was like, I've just forgotten to like live my life and to like enjoy those like beautiful moments. And like, this bride was on her wedding day and just surrounded by friends and family. So I kind of remember looking at that picture and being like, I want to like live my life again and like experience that.
You're on social media, obviously you make your living on it. I think one of the things that happens so much is that we get to where we're obviously all to some degree addicted to social media and our phones. And one of the things for me that I have to do from time to time is just get out in nature, leave the phone, whether it's camping, fishing, something. I got to go outside and do something to get away from it all. What do you do to recharge outside of this whole world that you're in? So I love to read. So I do that a lot. I'll like put my phone away. I'll grab a book. I'll go outside. I love to go on walks. My husband and I have 2 dogs, so we like to take them on walks, just kind of being out in the fresh air. I like to be around animals. So horseback riding is a lot of fun for me. I'm not like a professional horseback rider by any means, but I just think it's fun to be around horses and to ride them and to work on them. And then I love being with my family. I'm a really big homebody. I love being surrounded by my family. We're all very close. So that's kind of like what I do to just recharge, get regrounded.
I think one of my very favorite moments as like a fan of yours was when you shared and you were very transparent with your family of followers about the eating disorder and that season of your life. What did it mean to you to just get the response that you got to that video?
Oh my gosh, I did not expect that response at all. Like I have such supportive followers, and I think it really hit me then. I was like, wow, the people are just so kind and like willing to listen and encouraging. And then I had a lot of people reach out that were in the same situation or that were currently going through that, and that they were like, it was just really encouraging to kind of see someone share their story. Because I mean, when I was going through treatment, I guess this would have been 7 years ago, there wasn't really anyone that I remember thinking, oh, they've talked about their eating disorder and they've kind of came out of that. And I knew people had, but I think like in today's time, it's definitely talked about a lot more. There's a lot more, people just sharing their stories, which I think is so beautiful and should be happening. So yeah, I think it was really cool to just see the response and the amount of people that were like, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah,
so
I think that's great. Okay, one last question before we wrap.
I have one more actually. And
I do too.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's like A and B.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a young woman who looks at you and sees this star and they think, oh, her life is so charmed and look at her, everything. She's beautiful. She's got the world is laid out before her and look at me. And they feel bad because that's what social media can make people feel like, especially that's one of the things that can prompt eating disorders and things like that for people is self-image. What would you say to that young woman?
Oh, I would just tell her I am right there with her. Like, I think there's not a week that goes by that I don't cry. There's not a week that goes by that I don't have a mental breakdown over something. I mean, you just ask my husband, like the amount of times I come to him and say, I'm not good enough for this job. I don't do this job well enough. I can't do this job anymore. And it's just reworking that mindset of we're all, and social media is so fake too. And I hate to say that because I think there are some amazing parts of social media. I mean, I do it for a job and I love it, but you can put edits on things. You can flip the narrative on things. You're only showing really your good sides of your day. And so I even have to remind myself because I look at other people and I think I wish I could be like her, or I wish I could do this like he's doing that, or why am I not doing this or getting this deal or whatever it is. And I just think I just have to remind myself but that this is where I'm supposed to be in this time. And so what I would just say to her is that I totally get it. Like I don't have it all together. There's a lot of days where I really struggle and I'm not perfect. And I struggle with a lot of the same things that everybody else does. And I just think it's very normal to also feel that way too. Because I think sometimes there's a lot of shame around feeling like not good enough.
Yeah.
And I think in today's time, it's almost impossible to not ever think that because there's so much being thrown at you 24/7.
Yes.
So like, how do you not? So.
And now with AI, it's even worse because
Oh my
it's
gosh,
like
yes.
if there's fake, and then there's like there's no way she looks like that. That's real. This is real. Like it's
I know.
I mean, you would
Unreal.
think that I look like Thor.
And you
if you just saw
probably do.
what
You
you
actually
see-
do. This is
no.
This
I'm
is AI.
I'm joking. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just.
he's not real.
Yeah, I'm not real right now. Actually, I'm actually about a 500-pound dude.
And I am
sitting on the
so
couch.
tan, and I don't have roots. Like, it's unreal.
What was your question?
No, well, I mean, I just want to know, like, do you check your DMs?
Sometimes I think like there's a lot of just crazy stuff out there. And so I don't really all the time check them, but occasionally I do. And occasionally sometimes there's like stuff that pops up that I'm like, oh, that was really sweet, or that was really helpful, or someone's letting me know something, and I appreciate that.
Is it a little bit like when you open them up, like I don't know what I'm about to find, like the closet you have that you shove everything into?
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time, it's just people being like, "Where'd you get the outfit from?" or "Where'd you get this from?" Which is really sweet. But I don't check them a ton, just because sometimes I'm like mentally, I don't want to see.
Protect yourself. Protect your peace.
It's the most interesting thing. Like we talked to so many celebrities over the years, and they all kind of share the same sentiment that it's such a strange dynamic that people feel like they know you, right? So they come up to you. I'm sure this happens to you all the time. They come up to you and they're like, Madison, we're friends. Like, because
Are you talking about me right now?
Yeah, this is basically
No.
Ashley. This is my best friend coming in today.
You want to see your tattoo?
Yeah. Whoa.
So anyway, like people, they see you, they have the basically have a relationship with you.
Yeah.
It's just not coming back the other way. Mm-hmm. So, has that happened to you before where, you're kind of out somewhere and people come up to you and they're talking to you with this familiarity, and how do you sort of deal with that?
Don't love that.
Yeah, well, I think what's a little different with mine is that I share my personal life, yes, but I don't like overshare about it. So I think a lot of the times when people come up to me, they're just telling me about a character they like of mine. So there is some separation there. So it's not so much like, oh, you went to this place or you did that there. It's more like, I really love this character and I love what they do and they're so funny and I can relate to that. So that's, that's been really sweet. So I haven't really.
That's different than like vlogging, like the people that are daily vlog.
Or like a reality show.
A reality show.
When they're kids, they're raising their kids and the cameras are in their home. That is so weird to me. I can't
the exposure
process that.
to the youngins.
A lot.
Yeah. Well, hey, one of the things that really made us excited about this show, and I appreciate you being very transparent about it, is just we know that, there's levity leads to hope and healing. And so I think there are so many people that are going to watch this show today and be encouraged, whether they're going through a tough season, and people that are going to just discover you and fall in love with you the way that we have. We know how busy you are. So I appreciate your time and just, taking time to be here in person also is really special to us. So thank you for doing that. What is next for you?
Just keep making content, keep auditioning, keep working on projects. I don't have a super huge like travel thing coming up, but I think what's next is just to keep grinding.
And when will the film come out?
That is
unnamed film.
That is I need to double check and see if I can.
Soonish.
It's not like I'm like Tom Cruise and I'm like working on a secret thing.
Yeah.
I legitimately don't know if I can share.
You're not going to the Cannes
It is not-
Film Festival release.
So it's not Mission Impossible 27.
Yeah, it could be Terminator
confirm.
5.
Yeah.
Dang
Yeah.
it. No.
Well,
but,
hey,
yeah.
You let us know.
I will.
And
I will.
we'll drop it here on the episode whenever we figure it out.
you.
Well, we love you. Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you guys so much.
Yeah,
This has been
thank you,
so
Madison.
fun.
And thanks for making it so easy to be your biggest fan.
Of course.
We're here for
Thank
it.
you guys.
All right, guys.
Hey
we'll
guys,
see you back here.
leave a little comment too down below about what your favorite one of Madison's videos are. We should do like a little poll of that.
Yeah.
I got a few. I like the ones, anything where you sort of rip on like the Hallmark formulaic
those are
stuff.
fun.
Oh man, I love that. That
He's a
pushes
closet
my
Hallmark
buttons.
fan.
No, I'm not. I'm known for my hatred towards the Hallmark
It's too
brand.
much. It's too much.
It's not even right.
Yeah. Leave your comments below and we'll engage. We love you guys so much. We'll see
Thanks
you next
again,
time.
Madison.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Thank
guys.
you guys.